Hi everyone, I've been reading a report by Professor Malcolm Hooper, who many in the UK will know is a great advocate for us with ME. It's about the UK PACE trials, which is being run by Simon Wessely and the rest of his cronies, Michael Sharp and Trudy Chorgler, Peter White of course, and it's a damning indictment actually of how they are manipulating this trial to back up their own views that ME is or CFS if you're in America, is a psychiatric condition. They basically have denied all the physical causes. The only physical cause they recognise is deconditioning. And everything else they have ignored. Now, Professor Hooper has written a couple of open letters, one to the minister that's in charge of medical research, one to the Medical Research Council, who are partly funding the PACE trials, and the other one to NICE, who have relied so much on Professor Wesley's information informing the NICE guidelines for CFS-ME. The document contains, this report contains many documents that have been obtained using the Freedom of Information Act, and shows how this trial has been manipulated in favour of showing that ME is a psychiatric condition rather than a neurological, biological one. It is an extremely long paper, but I would recommend that people read this, that they will, if you've got Twitter the link that I've added to the side of this video, to everyone that you know, and make this as widely known as possible. It's not right that people should get away with their bad science. He also shows in this document how involved the insurance companies have been in the fact that all of these people work for insurance companies. They didn't declare their interests at the beginning. It was only after pressure was put on them that they even declared their interests. The Department of Work and Pensions that have funded this trial, and it's the only medical trial the Department of Work and Pensions has ever funded in the UK, and it reflects the fact that they are actually targeting people with ME to get them off of benefits and force them back to work regardless. And the obvious political and financial things that are behind this trial need to be exposed. The fact that AFME, who claim to be British, the leading charity in Britain, have supported this is beyond me. The paper contains testimonies from people of the abuse that they have suffered under the hands of the psychiatrists and therapists that have been conducting the trial. There are papers relating to the handbook, and bringing out how people are basically trying to be brainwashed into believing that they're not ill. It shows how they deliberately selected only those people who the only criteria that was needed was to be fatigued. When they couldn't get enough people to sign up, although they tell the participants that the doctors had no incentive in sending them on the trial, they actually wrote to doctors telling them to send people if they were tired, basically. So if you were tired all the time, they would be referred, and the doctors got paid £26 something per referral. The whole thing is just bad science and manipulation, and it needs to be exposed. So please Twitter the links that I put to the side, let people know what's going on, because it's not right that the Wessely School get away with this. Now, if you're in the United States and think, oh, it doesn't affect me, don't believe it, because the CDC have already shown an interest in the PACE trials. Now, I know that XMRV might be the thing that puts a stop to all of this, particularly in America, although Wessely's working behind the scenes here to make sure that it doesn't, or it appears to be the case, that there seems to be things happening behind the scene with replication studies not being replication studies and things. But if it's not proved, the link's not proved, or if you're found that XMRV is not the cause, you will no doubt find, even in America, that what happens with these PACE trials will be used. Basically it is a means of brainwashing people and manipulating people into believing that they're unwell, in order to get them off of benefits, off of any insurance claims, and forcing them back into the work market regardless of how ill they are. So if you can read it, I would recommend. The first part is all the medical evidence that proves that ME is a biological, neurological condition. The second part of it is really where all of the stuff about the shenanigans with the Wessely School and their manipulation of the PACE trials. Right to AFME as well, and about their support of this. Now, I know that they almost certainly ignore it, but if they keep getting people writing to them, somewhere down the line someone's going to have to respond, because they have been very responsible in enabling this to happen and even encouraging members to take part. They claim that the PACE thing, it's not pacing as you know it, it is basically get light, basically. It's graded exercise therapy, only not the full-blown thing. So anyhow, I've spoken enough. Just please, please, please Twitter these links and make sure this information gets out to everyone, as many people as possible. Thank you. Bye.